Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about fast food in California and workers, and really fast food everywhere. Because, it's kind of the same all across the country, right? A bill in the state assembly there in California, AB 257, just passed. And this bill will impact, if it makes it through the Senate, the state Senate, which is where it's headed next, it'll impact more than 500,000 workers. What it does is two things really that matter. One is that it sets up this council. And this council's whole job is to look out for fast food workers. Make sure that they get paid for what they do. Maybe set wage standards, training standards, safety standards, treatment of employees, basic labor stuff. This council is going to be like a de facto union rep for the whole industry, kind of. And that's cool. But see, it also does something else. It creates joint liability between the franchisee and the big company. Most fast food joints, the company that owns the name, that's not really the company that runs it. It's a local franchise. But see, it creates this joint liability where the big company is responsible, at least in part, for labor violations that happen at the franchises. Now, the big companies are undoubtedly going to push back against this. They're going to be like, hey, we don't have that kind of control, because that's kind of been what they've been saying this whole time. They'll say that it's the local company that handles all of that stuff, and they really don't have any way to control it. And, that makes sense unless you think about it or you travel. Last year I drove out to LA. I drove to California. And thing is, everywhere we went, and we ate fast food the whole way, it was pretty much the same. That's why those places do so well, because it's comforting in a way. Doesn't matter where you are. You can walk into one of these places. You know what's on the menu. You know what you're going to get. You probably have a standard order, a number one with a Coke or whatever it is, right? And those sandwiches, they all taste the same. These companies spell out exactly how much mayonnaise goes on a chicken sandwich. They have policies for that. You look at the signage, the marketing, it's all the same. Everything is the same in all of these places. And it's the big company that demands that, because they know that familiarity is what brings people back. If they can determine how much mayonnaise goes on your chicken sandwich, so there's a consistent amount across locations, across different franchises, it seems like they might have a little influence when it comes to how that company's run, how those local places are run. I would think that it might be in their interest to make sure that their workers are treated well, that their workers are paid well, that safety training takes place, all of that stuff. Part of it is that smiling cashier, right? That's something that the big company cares about, that public face. Why not take care of that public face? Now, we all know why. Money. And undoubtedly, the big companies, the big fast food giants, they are going to flood California with cash trying to defeat this. Which, when you think about it, also kind of indicates they have a pretty good idea of the scope of the problem. Because they wouldn't devote a whole lot of cash to defeating it if they didn't think that there were a bunch of violations occurring. Violations that, if this bill passed, they would at least be partly liable for. Sometimes you can judge the worth of a bill by how much effort goes into defeating it. So if you live in California, AB 257 is the bill that just passed. It will be headed to the Senate. Maybe review the bill. Make a call, send an email, or a tweet if it seems like something you think would benefit those people who make your food. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.